The shrimp?
I am not the shrimp, I don't think, unless I'm not getting the reference.
Shrimp fried rice?
Ah, no, I'm not making shrimp fried rice. I'm making kimchi and pork fried rice.
Ah,
Well, now
squid
that
fried
we've
rice.
well now that we've gone to the food porn part, thank you for joining Minions at the Zoo Night Show 1600. I'm your host Johnny Hellcat, and with me today are Minions Hey Camel
Good evening.
and Sanguine.
Good evening, all. How are you all doing tonight?
I'm not doing too bad. How are you doing?
Could be better, could be worse. What you, Sanguine?
I'm doing fairly well. That was the smoothest that we transitioned around that triangle to date, I think.
Absolutely. It's like butter.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
And now to go all downhill from there.
So, what's going to be the first thing to drag us off the cliff?
Well, I mean, we already kind of opened up with food, so why don't you go ahead and tell the folks in chat what you're whipping up in the kitchen?
Just making a dead simple kimchi pork fried rice. So, I took a pork shoulder steak, fried that up in a pan, cut it up into bite-sized pieces, took some kimchi, threw it into a hot pan, threw a little bit of chili pickled bamboo shoots in with that, kind of cooked off some of the liquid, chopped up mushroom, threw that in, cooked off the liquid of the mushroom, onion, garlic, saute all that shit together, toss the pork back in, toss the rice, or fry an egg in real quick, toss the rice in, and now I'm just tossing it around, going to be adding a pat of butter, then some shoyu, and balancing the flavors until I get the right taste.
Nice. My dinner was rather simple tonight. It was hamburger mixed with some vodka sauce
Nice.
that I got at Costco.
Okay.
It's reading through most of the ingredients. I've been trying to get through stuff that's a bit more simple for my wife and I, things that were because she gets like palpitations whenever she eats certain foods, and so we've been trying to kind of curb that. And of course,
Why would you want to do that? That's when you know the food is good.
well, I'd rather not have her die before me.
So she's not the one with the larger life insurance policy. That's what we just learned right now.
Nah, man, you know,
No,
get your heart set a flutter when you get some, get some good grub.
I
You
don't.
tell me that's not normal, Johnny?
I don't want the responsibility afterwards. That's all.
See, that's when you get the second wife who's young, dumb, and full of cum, and then you're set. As long as she's able to take care of the household.
I mean, I don't think Johnny's even made it to his first anniversary yet. I don't think he's ready for a trade-in yet, Sanguine.
Okay. Fair
Actually, we have.
Oh, okay.
So, what you're arguing now, without realizing it, is that you are, in fact, ready for a trade-in.
My contract is up. It's time for an upgrade. And thankfully, she cannot hear that.
Yep. Like I said, I don't think you realize that's what you had just said, but figured I'd point that out for everyone's amusement.
It might be recorded, but she is nowhere near the internet, so that's fine by me.
Wait. How the fuck is she nowhere near the internet?
Well, she doesn't dwell in the same neighborhoods that I visit. As far as
Oh, I see. So are you saying that we're the slums now? I see what you're doing, Johnny.
well,
Saying that you're slumming it here with us? Or are you instead saying that your wife is the one slumming it?
well, she
And
is.
you're hoping that she never hears this.
She's in the lighter side of the internet. I will relegate over here in the dark side. So.
So that does mean that he's slumming it with us right now, right, Camel? That's what you got out of that as well?
I'm sorry, I was distracted by chat. What's going on?
Apparently, Johnny's out here slumming it with us while his wife is in the good sides of the internet.
If you want to,
Yeah,
if
this
you
is
want
a
to call it
revelation.
the good side.
Hang
I prefer to think not quite as a slum, but fair enough.
You know, I could be going for the Japanese archetype where the dark side is actually the good part.
Going for the black is light.
You know I don't speak weeb, Johnny. What's going on here?
Well, it's not weeb. It's just culturally different.
Yeah, in a lot of Japanese tradition, the colors white and black are kind of swapped as to what they signify. So black in a number of Asiatic traditions ends up being the color of life rather than the color of death.
Fair enough. Okay.
To give the shortest explanation.
And we have Coco in chat's asking, what's up with the title?
Okay, so I had a dentist appointment today, and while they were fixing one of my teeth, you know, I really got to ask before what they're gonna do, like when they're gonna work on my mouth.
I'm wondering where eyelids come into this.
Well, it's coming. So they're working on the front side of my front teeth, and as he's smoothing out one of the cavities, he hits a nerve that is open in another tooth it's got its own appointment, and so to assist in the not hitting that nerve and having it, you know, me putting my head through the chair backwards to avoid, you know, having my tooth worked on. They injected me with another dose of Novocaine. This one was a bit much to the point where my eyelid numbed. So when I was blinking,
So you're like Bobcat Goldthwait in Blow. He's like, seriously, I can't feel my face.
yeah, pretty much from that little dip in your eye where the sleep goes and down, were completely numb.
I'm getting like a half-lidded sloth from the Goonies mental image. Is that what it was, or?
No, it was. I mean, I could still move my eye, but
I know you can still move your eye, but I'm saying the lid.
But also like that in combination with, you know, having your teeth worked on, you know, imagine you're probably sounding like, hey, you guys, you know.
pretty close. You know, I was contemplating whether or not I should go back to work, and I'm like, no,
No,
not even close.
No. If I have a dentist appointment it's conflicting with a work schedule, it's like, yeah, I'm taking the day off.
So yeah,
I gotta be plenty doped up at the dentist for them to not cause pain. So yeah.
So I'm on my way back home. My wife calls and she's like, yeah, can you pick up a coffee for me? I'm like, okay, sure. And so I get me a coffee, I get her a coffee, and I'm delivering it. I call my ex, and I'm like, oh, so since I'm off of work, I'll go pick up the kids. And she goes, you realize it's spring break, right? She's like, you can go to school, but no one's going to be there. Oh, okay. In that case, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. So,
I was kind of hoping that you did actually go to the school just to see who was in fact there, and that this would then end in this weird story of a buddy travel movie of just you and the random schmuck that you picked up from the school. Going on an adventure of self-discovery.
in search for my missing kid.
Exactly.
Who's actually, it's his birthday tomorrow.
Oh.
So, he is an April Fool's baby. And I told him that, as far as I'm concerned, I will not perform any extensive April Fool's jokes on him. Because, yeah, I know. Birthday
God
related.
damn it, I was being nice and then you kept going for that. So, is it because he was enough of a joke?
Well, I mean, you gotta. I would show anybody who's actually born on April Fool's Day some sympathies. Like, you gotta go like every year on your birthday. You have to convince people. No, it's actually my fucking birthday. This isn't a joke. This isn't a prank. It's my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then
Nobody's gonna believe you.
And then you'll have the people who are like, "Oh, we should do this to him on his birthday." It's like, no, don't be a dickhead. Like,
Yeah. Like I feel for people born on April Fool's Day. I feel for people born on Christmas Day, New Year's. You know, like you kind of get robbed of your birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel sorry for anyone born on a major holiday, especially Christmas. It's a major gift-giving holiday. You get fucked over because you just have one time of year that you get a shit ton of presents rather than everyone else who gets 2 times a year.
Nah, see, I don't feel bad for people born on like Independence Day. It's like you get presents and fireworks. Fuck you. You know?
That's pretty fucking awesome. But you know that your birthday is never going to get primacy in the celebration.
I mean, it will when you're a kid. You know, once you become an adult, it's like, oh yeah, congratulations, you made another trip around the sun. We're all gonna go drink beer and blow shit up.
Yep.
yeah, pretty much.
And it also means that a lot of places will be full up when you're trying to go for your birthday dinner.
Yeah.
Hey, Eddie, how it goes?
No, Travis tagged me in something on Twitter. It's a video supposedly of Chechens firing RPGs at a building.
Mm-hmm.
Person who retweeted said, "This is like if the U.S. Army had an Appalachian division that was solely composed of men of Scotch-Irish heritage who lived within 100 miles of the Appalachian Trail." I mean, would that necessarily be a bad thing?
Well, it's not even that, because it's like that only then make every single one of those people a religious fanatic. That's the part that's kind of fucked up about the Chechens.
Isn't Chechnya like a big Muslim population?
Yeah,
It's not
it's
like
Islamic.
Orthodox. Yeah.
Yeah, the Chechenians are predominantly Muslim, and they were massive part of pretty much all of OIF and Afghanistan, because Chechen mercs would just show up to play in the sandbox with everyone else.
Now I'm trying to remember where. I was thinking of a Khabib Nurmagomedov. Johnny, you know who that is, right?
I do not.
UFC fighter. One of the guys that beat Conor McGregor. 155-pound champion.
Oh, no, I
Grappler, right?
Grappler, yes. And I'm trying to remember where he's from because it's not. He's not Chechen. Where's that other place?
Sounds familiar then.
Isn't
But-
he from like Kazakhstan or something like that?
Mm, no, not Borat.
What's his name?
Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Good luck spelling that last name.
He is.
He's definitely from one of the stands, if I remember.
He is from
Siladid, Dagestan, Russia.
Dagestan. That's it.
Okay, thanks.
I don't know why I blanked on it too, because like Total War Empire or Empire Total War. I always get it mixed up. That's one of the places you gotta conquer if you're playing as Russia. Dagestan always wants to start some shit with you.
I didn't know that you were a fan of the Total War games.
I have that one. I like playing that one because it's got you can play as America, or you can play as the Warpath campaign is also fun.
Mm-hmm.
Although they don't have my tribe, so that kind of sucks.
Is it
They definitely don't have Johnny's
all?
either.
Is
What?
it not included at all, or did you get relegated to one of the minor factions?
No, it's not included at all.
Okay.
We got like the Iroquois.
Being stuck as a minor.
I'm trying to remember which ones they have. They have like the Iroquois Confederacy. They have the Cherokee. I think do they have the Seminole? Pueblo. They have the Plains. You might as well say like the Lakota.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't call them the. I think they just call them like the Plains Nation. It's been a while since I played that one. Actually, I've been playing a lot of Crusader Kings as of late. Just little fits and starts. 2.
Nice. Have you been able to get into CK3 at all?
I have not. My potato. I don't know if I could have too many more games on my computer before it goes ahead and craps out. Although, I mean, for the what little money I put into this, because it was a refurb I bought off of Amazon, like 6 years ago now. Mm-hmm. I didn't buy it with the intention of getting into serious gaming with it. That'll have to be like the next setup.
Are you waiting until the next gen of card comes out? That way the current gen dips in price?
Waiting on a few different things, not just that, but personal stuff needs to be worked out first, whatnot.
Well, it sounded like Johnny was about to say something.
No, I was just gonna say with the amount of money you'll be spending on that card, you might as well just buy a computer that's already set up for it.
True, the cards are still ridiculously priced. So, like I said, when the 4000s are coming out, that should dip the cost of all the others. At least, normally it dips the cost. With the silicon issue, might not. At least might not as much as it used to. Because I'm pretty sure we're still in a massive silicon shortage, aren't we?
I don't know if Johnny knows, but if you're asking me, you're asking the wrong dude. I haven't even seriously considered like getting a new computer because a lot of other things have got to shake out before I can even start looking at that.
Mm-hmm. Johnny, do you happen to remember if we're in the silicon shortage still, or?
I could look it up, but I have no fucking clue.
Because I know that was part of the reason why everything became as expensive as it was.
I mean, I wonder if Hammer's still lurking. He might know. He was in chat earlier.
Let's see.
Hammer or Gamer Valine, if she's in chat, she would absolutely know.
I got no idea what Valine's schedule's like. I mean, I don't. You know, does she pop in from time to time?
She does.
Depends on the night, I think.
I'm used to seeing her more like AAA time.
Mm-hmm. She's normally bumping around on Fridays. I know that, but not sure how often she's able to tune in any of the others.
Travis Gardner said that we are having problems getting boards from LG.
Ah, okay.
Let's see. According to this article I'm reading from fcanaustin.com, I have no idea who they are. Silicon Shore is expected to continue through 2022.
Thought so. Yeah, in large part because a lot of the silicon comes from Taiwan, and Taiwan is just looking at China going, don't you fucking dare. And they're a bit too busy with that.
And I'm amusing myself way too much with the polling feature on Twitter right now. I saw Drunkle tweeted out something about Chris Rock and Will Smith. New York Post article headline says most Americans blame Chris Rock over viral Will Smith slap. There you go, Keith. We're talking about the slap. And in the article it says the poll quizzed 2,162 people online about who was more in the wrong in the Sunday night spectacle now been seen by millions. So
now have been thrust in your face by millions.
Yeah. So I was like, man, I never get asked to be in these kind of surveys.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I made a poll. How many of my followers have never been surveyed? There are two choices. I've never been surveyed, or hey, wait a minute.
Nice.
Surprisingly enough, 30.8% have chose the former.
Yeah, the fact that people are saying that Chris Rock is at fault for that is really goddamn depressing.
I mean, considering all the jokes that have been made about it in the past 4 days, I'm pretty sure someone like Chris Rock could have, thought up something on the spot that have just completely humiliated Will.
Oh, the thing is, he did, and you can tell that he did, and then he chose not to.
Yeah, he pulled back.
Because there was that moment after he was first talking about the slap, and then Will did the keep my wife's name out your mouth. And Chris Rock goes, don't worry, I will. I mean, and then he starts laughing at himself. And then he goes, no, never mind. That man just thought of something that would have fucking just
got him killed.
Commit suicide live on air.
Oh, it would have been great if like Will goes back to sit down and Chris just goes ahead and rips into him. What's he gonna do? Get back up and go slap him like a bitch again?
You know for a fucking fact that if I thought up the line of, let me get this straight, Will Smith cares more about his wife's name coming out of someone's mouth than anyone coming in hers, that Chris Rock would have been able to come up with something much better than that.
He wouldn't have even had to go that far, in the, what was the one that came out like immediately, like that night? It was like they had like screen grabs of old Norm Macdonald weekend updates and stuff. And it would say just simply, apparently Will Smith's marriage is open to everything but jokes.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like I said, he could have just it would have been that would have been more entertaining to me. Is like, all right, let's pour some more gas on this fire. You've already got up and slapped me once. What else can I say? What do you do? Just slap me again? You know? I mean, just go like full Tyler Durden. Like, you don't know where I've been, Lou. You know?
But the thing is, Chris Rock knew the status difference between the two. I'm willing to bet that he knew that he would get blamed for it, even though he made a joke and the fucker slapped him.
Well, love makes you do crazy things.
Your wife, who hasn't let you fuck her in ages, giving you a glare also makes you do crazy things.
Well, I mean, there have been a couple of stories that have come out since the slap. Like, was it last night? I think I saw. Like the Academy was looking to see about suspending or possibly even expelling Will Smith as a member. Mm-hmm. Tonight, Reuters had an article that I saw shortly before stream time. It was published originally at 7:11 p.m. Central Time.
Mm-hmm.
Police offered to arrest Will Smith, Oscar's producer says. I mean, we'd seen, tidbits coming out like, Chris Rock declined to press charges. Okay, sure, that's. But to hear that, like, no, the police offered, like, hey, man, what he just did, that is a crime. We can go ahead and arrest him, take him out of here right now. That's different. Do I personally want to slap Will Smith? I mean, no.
It should not have been an offer. It should have been, hey, someone was just assaulted. We all saw someone get assaulted. We're going to arrest the person that committed the assault in public. Because as I was saying before stream, in assault, or it wasn't just assault, it was assault and battery. In actual fucking crimes like assault and battery, like murder and rape and shit like that, it doesn't matter if the victim doesn't want to press charges. It doesn't matter if the victim is saying, yeah, I'm not interested. If the police have enough evidence to go, yeah, this crime happened, they arrest the person. This has happened in fucking damn near every other instance of this, but it's not happening now. That's the part that pisses me off about it. Because the only way that he should have not been arrested is if he and Chris Rock went forward and went, no, it was a part of a bit. It was part of a bit. Oh, so it was just a fake slap. Yeah. Then, sure, he doesn't get arrested. If it's not a fake slap, which it doesn't appear to be a fake slap, then, yeah, he should be carted off.
Oh, Captain Brambles mentioned Uncle Phil going to kick him out after his behavior. Unfortunately, Uncle Phil is no longer with us, Captain Brambles. I don't know if you're aware or not, but he passed away some years ago. Either of you guys ever see the show The Closer?
I've seen a few episodes.
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes. Didn't watch it religiously. The main woman's face bothered me.
That's Kevin Bacon's wife too. Yeah.
Yeah, her face bothered me.
I just love it. Bothered me. It bothered me. Okay.
Yeah.
No, apparently James Avery, the man that played Uncle Phil in Fresh Prince, he was a medical examiner on that show for a hot second.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's one of the shows that Nana Camel likes to watch reruns of, in the evening time. That's right, Assassin Kira Sedgwick. Her and Kevin got ripped off by Bernie Madoff for a good chunk of change. as well as a lot of other people. But I noticed something interesting the other day watching some of that with Nana Camel while I was taking care of her. Do you know do you know who a consulting producer is on that show? I'll take a guess. You know, it's based in Los Angeles, right? That's your clue.
Mm-hmm.
A consulting producer for the show The Closer.
I suppose that was Weinstein.
Negative. A gentleman by the name of Gil Garcetti.
Okay.
You know who that is, Sanguine?
Sounds familiar. Can't place it though.
Gil Garcetti was the district attorney during the OJ trial. He's not the one that presided over, but he was the actual district attorney.
Yep.
And his son, Eric Garcetti, is the current mayor of Los Angeles.
That family just does an amazing job at handling crime, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's a consulting producer. He was a consulting producer for The Closer and the spinoff series Major Crimes.
Mm.
And
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say is like, I actually kind of enjoyed watching these reruns. Yes, I agree with you, saying when Kira said your face, it bothers me too. But
see, I'm not the only one. The face bothers me.
But I try not to pay attention to her. You've got oh shit, G.W. Bailey, you know the guy from the Police Academy movies.
Yeah,
he's in it, and then oh shit, Tuco Salamanca from Breaking Bad. He's in it too. I'm spacing on his name right now. Johnny, pull up the IMDb.
I am already there. Well, it's just because I was remembering Kira Sedgwick is younger than Kevin Bacon, and yet looks 20 years older. Assassin
said it's her weird teeth and her lizard lips. Now that you mentioned lizard lips, I mean, seeing her eating like one of those snack cakes, like out of the foil, it does look like she's cracking open like a ground nesting bird's egg.
The best way that I can explain why it bothers me is it's like Uncanny Valley, but that's actually her fucking face.
Let's see. I've never...
Somehow, a living person's face produces Uncanny Valley. I do not like it.
I have not seen Breaking Bad, so I'm going to say it might be Raymond Cruz.
That is Raymond Cruz. That is correct. Yes, Raymond Cruz has been in a bunch of stuff. He was in Training Day. I think he was in. Was he in The Rock? Yeah. He was one of the Marines that takes over the island. Yeah, dude's been. You know, he's one of those like actors. Like, you know, you see him as like a. I mean, military dude, cop, gangbanger. You know, he's all across the board.
Yeah,
he's like that one guy.
That one guy.
You need a sturdy-looking Hispanic man? Boom, he's in like Flynn.
I'm trying to think. Who's? All right, now who's that other guy I'm thinking of? It's a tatted up Hispanic dude, plays like a bunch of gangsters and whatnot. He's actually like a Navy vet, you know, before he got into acting. What is his name? Shit.
It's something Italian sounding.
I'm trying. He was in like the first season, like the first episode of like the. I remember him specifically from like the first episode of like Nip Tuck.
Noel Guglielmi.
Huh? That don't sound right.
He's that guy.
Oh, that okay. So we're on two different frequencies right now. Okay.
Okay, never mind then.
No, like the tatted up Hispanic dude I'm thinking of. I think like
on which show?
Nip Tuck, like the pilot episode. Like he's playing like this drug lord.
Oh yeah, that guy is one of the ones that I always think of whenever I think Hispanic gang member. It is Noel Guglielmi. Okay.
Wait, now I gotta pull this guy up.
He is that one guy.
Yeah. He was the Sons of Anarchy. Aztecs leader. I think it was the Aztecs, wasn't it?
Robert.
You mean the Mayans?
Robert Lazaro.
Mayans, yes.
Lazardo.
Robert Lasardo. Okay, yeah. For some reason, the Lasardo part was. I don't know why I was thinking of like Eduardo.
Yeah,
That's the dude from Fast and Furious.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Bruce Almighty, if you want to add that one.
Yeah, Bruce Almighty. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy is pretty. This guy is pretty typecast as a.
No, the guy that was the leader of the Mayans in Sons of Anarchy. His name was Emilio something.
I know he was one of the Mayan gang members, wasn't he?
Him specifically, I don't think so. I don't remember him being in Sons of Anarchy. Shit, what is that dude's name? He plays a bigger role in like the later seasons.
Speaking of stone cold fuck nuts, Ron Perlman being Ron.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And people have been going in on him,
Emilio
rightfully
Rivera.
so. Okay.
Yeah, Emilio Rivera. He's the leader of the Mayans. Oh shit, what's that dude's name? Kevin Alejandro played his son. He's been in a bunch of stuff too. True Blood, Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're mistaken Noel Guglielmi for him.
Perhaps.
And then pardon me. There's another actor they had like a story arc with, Hispanic character. He was not in the Mayans. He was in a smaller club that was affiliated with the Mayans. Can't remember his name off the top of my head though. Now I'm just scrolling through like the Sons of Anarchy cast list. Oh, I forgot they had Robert Patrick in that show too. They had a bunch of people in that show.
Oh yeah, and like
A bunch of good actors.
like was mentioned, Ron Perlman, after him going fucking crazy about the Florida bill,
Well, I mean,
just got ripped to shit again, which was glorious.
This is not the first time Ron Perlman has said something stupid on social media.
Oh no!
Oh no, no! It's
He's
We're
gone
talking
completely
about
fucking insane.
ever since Trump got elected, he's been going.
Well, you remember him like admitting or like boasting on social media how like he had to go shake Harvey Weinstein's hand, so he pissed on him first.
Mm-hmm. And you're just going, that you pissed on your hand. How is that supposed to be this amazing you pissed on your hand? This isn't like you're getting in a bare knuckle boxing competition, so you started soaking your hands in diesel wrong. This is, you decided, I'm going to piss on my hand, and then walk up to someone else after wiping them just enough to make sure that they weren't dripping so it wasn't obvious, and shook his hands. What else did you do before you washed your hands, you dirty fuck? You pissed on your hands!
Oh, that's the guy. Jose Pablo Cantillo. He's another one from Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
Like he pops up from time to time in a bunch of different stuff that I've seen. Although now that I say that, I'm drawing blanks. Damn it. Gotta love when that happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a shame. If I try and go back and watch Sons of Anarchy now, I gotta try and block out the fact that Ron Perlman's a raving lunatic.
Yep. But yeah, I do like the number of people that went, hey Ron, Do a word search on the document. Is it in there, you fuckhead? Because we don't say gay bill. At no point does it ever
Hi,
say.
Mrs. Hellcat.
That you got caught.
It's a good thing she
He's
got
picking up
caught
on an
now,
Indian.
not earlier.
Yeah, she gave me the rest of her French fries.
Mm. So that'll delay the trade-in by a little bit.
Just a bit.
Okay. As long as the French fries still get delivered promptly. It extends the time clock a little bit.
Well, we had different dinners, so mine is just hers is just the leftovers from her dinner. So I'm okay with that.
But yeah, the number of people that were coming out and going, Ron, look at the fucking bill. Does it say that anywhere? You're chatting shit, Ron. What the fuck is wrong with you? Was amazing. Because it is complete horseshit that it says that. And the thing is that it is stated in the broadest, least trying to think of the right, least discriminatory, I guess, way possible, because it says that you aren't allowed to talk about sexuality with children below third grade, or third grade and below, rather. Which means you can't talk about heterosexuality, nor can you talk about homosexuality or bisexuality. You just don't talk about sex with kids. That's not fucking hard. And the number of teachers going, well, what will I talk to my students about? Just makes me go, you need to lose your job as a teacher. If you were asking, what can you talk to your students about, when the only topic that has been removed from the table is you can't talk about sex with your underage students, that's a bad fucking sign.
I mean, I knew about some of my teachers, like marital relationships when I was in grade school, but not because they were talking openly about it and stuff. Like my first grade teacher, she had a daughter that went to the same school.
Mm-hmm.
From time to time, her daughter would be sent to her classroom, to get something, do something, whatever. So it's like, okay, we know you have a kid. We've seen her. Big fucking whoop. I think like my 8th grade teacher, occasionally like her son would visit her class. He was actually a minor league ball player.
Mm-hmm.
And so he'd swing by and end up talking about baseball or whatever with some of the boys in the class. But yeah, like we didn't ask like, oh, how was your weekend? What do you do?
Who did you fuck?
Yeah, didn't care. And then like I had one teacher in high school. I knew about his marital relationship because like his wife worked at like the junior high, and would come up to help him with debate competitions.
We did have a teacher who we knew about his marital situation because he got a divorce. He got divorce papers delivered to him in class.
Oh,
that is
shit.
rough.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't wait until after.
Shit.
Yeah.
You couldn't just be sitting there like at his car, like waiting for him to come out after school.
That is straight up Dear John shit right there.
No, it's funny because like guy just knocks on the door. Teacher walks over to the door, opens the door, and he just hands him an envelope and walks away. And the guy's like, "Oh, I wonder what this is." And then, like by the end of the day, when we went to recess, we came back, and he was just bawling. And he went on the spiel about, you know, I gave that woman the best years of my life. Like this.
I'm sorry. You said when you came back from recess. What grade was this, Johnny?
This is like 5th or 6th. 5th grade.
Yeah, that's
5th grade.
See, when I came back from recess in 5th grade, my teacher was sitting there reading like Harry Potter books to us. A divorce is some heavy shit. You don't be laying on a middle schooler. What the? That's when you call, like, the principal's office, like, hey, I need a sub for the rest of the day and maybe the week, depending on what day it is.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's
Mr. Camel's about to go do some day drinking. I need you to call somebody.
It is a what the fuck situation when you have teachers going, what am I going to talk about with my students? They're in 3rd grade. They'll want to know about my sex life. No, they won't.
No. In 3rd grade, you talk about like multiplication and division.
Yeah, and if one of them asks you, so what did you do on the weekend? Because that's an example one of the teachers gave. What am I supposed to do if they ask what I do on the weekend?
I did adult shit, you little.
Hiking with my husband, and I'm going, no, you can say that you went hiking with your husband. That's perfectly fine. If they ask, wait, you have a husband? Yeah, I got married. That's your response. You're done. You don't have to say, yeah, I smash his back doors in because I'm gay, and this is what being gay means. You just go, yeah, I'm married.
And if they left it at that, it would be just completely normalized. Yeah.
That's all you need to do. That is where you leave off. You don't go any further. You don't start talking about sex and sexuality with your 3rd grade and under students. You just go, yeah, I went hiking with my husband. Wait, you have a husband? Yeah, I have a husband. I got married X number of years ago. And the kids will just go, oh, okay. And they'll continue on like nothing fucking happened, which is what you used to say you wanted to be the case. But now you're saying that if you can't talk about sex and sexuality with fucking 3rd graders, that you'll have nothing to talk about. Fuck you!
And Cannibalistic in chat said, in Catholic school, the PE teacher, if you said she was trans, no one would argue. That Spanish chick was the manliest looking woman I've ever seen. And now I'm just picturing Miss Man from Scary Movie.
Yep. Yeah, you can talk about shit without having to go into detail about it. With especially young kids, explaining that you have a same-sex partner to a young kid is the easiest shit. Because all you do is, yeah, my partner's this. And they go, oh, okay. And they totter off like nothing fucking happened because they don't really give a shit.
If I walked into my class and the first thing out of my teacher's mouth is, do you like gladiator movies? I'm out. There's no...
You ever been to a Turkish prison?
Man, Airplane was such a great
movie. Don't start with that white zone shit.
We need a translator. Does anyone speak jive? I got this.
Wasn't that Mrs. Brady?
Yes, it was. And then, of course, the one woman getting hysterical, so everyone on the plane lines up to slap her.
Gansky, how do you know what Johnny does at home? Johnny, you might want to start looking around for like cameras or something, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look.
Do you go over to your neighbor's house when you get nauseous? Is that what you do?
I think Johnny's gonna like end the stream and go end up finding like a toilet cam or something.
Jack's been very disappointed. All he's getting is people shitting, not Johnny vomiting. He has a very specific fetish, and this is not helping him. Either that, or he was really hoping. This is calling it back, and I just remembered it out of fucking nowhere. He's really hoping to get evidence of his calculation for how many raccoons a person can fit in their ass.
I thought the math was settled on that. I thought it was like 2.5.
Well, I mentioned it one day just as a joke, and he was very interested and was very specific about how many could fit in someone's ass. So, I think we tapped into something that he really... Oh, sorry, Jack, not Johnny. Jack was really interested in getting the proper information out on how many raccoons someone could shove in their ass.
Assassin says, he bugged the Alexa, tapped all the webcams on the computers. Apparently Jack works for the NSA. Who knew? Wait, are you the NSA agent that was going to have a stroke reading that thread, Jack? Was that you just trying to maintain your cover?
So let's see. Yeah. What was his name?
Whose name?
Jonathan Banks was in Airplane, who was also in Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Mike.
And James Hong. He was also in Airplane.
Wait. The old Chinese guy in like every movie.
Yeah.
Is that James Hong?
Another that guy. he played a Japanese general.
Well, see, like I always think when I think of like old Asian man, I either think of him or shit, I cannot remember his name now. Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat.
Carry something.
I know his name. I just can't think of it because he was in The Man in the High Castle. He played the Japanese trade minister.
Yeah.
God damn it! I had just taken a bite. Otherwise, I would have said John Wayne.
I'm pulling up Man in the High Castle right now.
When John Wayne was
his name,
was it the Conqueror? Was the name of the movie?
Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Mm.
And I hope I'm pronouncing that somewhat decently.
Hiroyuki.
What did I say?
Not that.
Yeah, you didn't say that.
I mean, okay. I like Inspector Keto better now because his name's Joel De La Fuente.
Hello, Katana.
See, this is why I just call him Shang Tsung. Jack, goddamn, this is censorship. I can't type a comeback. Even your keyboard knows you glow in the dark, Jack. It's okay. We know you've been listening.
And apparently hoping for Johnny to throw up in his own toilet for a change.
Well,
hey, man, whatever blows your hair back, we're not judging.
Why should I waste my own water?
So again, I have to ask, do you go over to your neighbor's house, or...
Well, let's throw...
Is this a situation where you just go over to your enemy's house?
Or my neighbor's. Whichever.
Same thing? Or is your enemy and your neighbor a different person?
Whoever's available.
Okay.
Like, oh shit, here comes Johnny again.
Who hasn't
I was quoting Airplane
recently enough.
Okay. The quoting Airplane thing only works if we remember that part that you're talking about. I don't remember that line about somebody not vomiting in their own home. Do you guys?
No.
There you go, Jack.
That part from the movie.
But yeah, do we have any other stories that we're dying to talk about? We talked about the slap seen around the world and the thing that actually saved the Oscars viewing for a moment. Only for a moment, because that clip has been watched by an insane number of people.
And the
But-
memes. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, the memes are fantastic.
Oh, okay. Jim never has a second cup of coffee at home. Jim never vomits at home. Okay.
Ah, okay.
Well, when I went to go over to and visit with Nana Camel today, again, she was watching her reruns. There are a ton of different channels that air nothing but reruns, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And like depending on what day and whatnot, like she'll flip through them. And I guess that's how she keeps track of time. Is just what's on the TV. But Rizzoli and Isles, again, you know, one of these police procedural kind of. Well, I mean, not kind of a procedural, kind of.
Yeah, and it was one that had.
It's more like Bones, actually. It's based off a novel series.
Angie
So.
Harmon still being hot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Like she was asking, like, you want me to change the channel or anything? I was like, nah, man, I've had a thing for Angie Harmon since the '90s. Go ahead, let it play.
Mm-hmm.
But
One of the biggest crimes to have ever been committed is that Angie Harmon has not played She-Hulk.
Was that a thing?
Angie Harmon has said that she's always desperately wanted to play She-Hulk.
Oh.
and now isn't Disney Plus doing like a She-Hulk thing?
Yeah, and Angie Harmon is not She-Hulk.
Mm. That woman is like one of those things like she's been on TV and whatnot. What I mean, Law and Order again, early mid '90s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like she has aged a day in like 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's kind of like Selma Hayek. She recently started to.
Yeah, I was gonna say like she started to. Yeah.
For the longest time, she hit well into her 50s because I think she's like late 50s now, isn't she?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
And
Mid 50s at least. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't start showing until just recently. She got a solid run of like 18 to 53, where she looked like she was 18 to 20 something.
She is, let's see, 1966.
Okay, so what, like 50, 56?
Yep, 56.
Yeah, it's not bad.
For a guesstimate of late 50s,
I said
I'm going to call that a win.
I mean, how do you count it? Because I count like 4, 5, and 6 would be mid to me. Like 7, 8, 9, that's late.
For me, I keep on going back and forth between either doing the groups of 3 like you do, or doing a group of 3 that counts, where the top of the group of 3 counts as either 1 up or 1 down for the middle. So it would be 4, 5, 6 for the middle section. That way I can get 0, 1, 2, 3 as low. 4, 5, 6 as that middle section. But the 4 can go down to upper, low, or it can be middle. The 6 can go up to low, high, or middle.
Assassins with me with the groups of 3. Okay. I don't really put that much thought into it. It's just, just always seemed natural,
Yep.
I guess I've always kind of just grouped, like if you're talking about someone in their 20s, I always group like 20 with 1, 2, and 3, to say early.
Fair enough.
But
Let's see here. Tatiana Maslany.
Who the fuck?
She is going to be playing She-Hulk.
Is she attractive? Should I be doing research?
Not bad.
Okay, let's see if
okay,
Johnny's
pulling
lying
it
to us
up.
or not. No. She's the more attractive side of plain, but still kind of plain.
I'd still take 40-something Angie Harmon.
Oh,
Yeah. She is the cute girl next door, not a damn. Are you in agreement with that, Camel?
I mean, she's 4 years older than me, but she kind of looks like a child to me. So, eh.
See, some of them she looks fairly young. Some of them she looks rather old.
Okay, well, I was just going off like the first picture they got here on IMDb.
I'm guessing it's one of the ones with her with long hair, right?
I mean, she's got her like, I don't know, the hairstyle. It's not. I can't tell how long or short it is. Looks like she's got some kind of an award.
Yeah.
Oh, Critics' Choice Award for Orphan Black. This is from 2014.
I'm willing to bet that's one of the longer hairstyles because if you see her with the "Can I speak to your manager" hairstyles.
Well, I mean, like I said, this is from nearly a decade ago, so she would have been in her mid to late 20s.
Oh, here's a good example of her looking much fucking older. Let me copy this link. And then I'll pull it up in a Google screen so that I can share it easier.
Well, Travis, that is all you, buddy. I'm not gonna get in your way or argue with you about that. You stick with your own girl, and you leave me my Angie Harmon. Deal?
This one, she looks rough as shit.
Just waiting.
Should be sharing here in a moment once my computer decides to unfreeze.
Lose 5 cool points and receive 10 lame demerits. That's. Coco hasn't seen any of the Monkey in the Morning streams, oof. I guess.
Yeah.
Yikes.
See what I mean? You give her "Can I speak Angie to your manager?" and some lighting that is less than spectacular, and
she looks like she's trying to cover up spousal abuse. Like,
yeah,
hers or somebody else's? Because
both.
that haircut makes me think like she might swing first.
This does kind of look like a Rapinoe situation, doesn't it?
I'm just playing the odds, you know.
It was Rapinoe that beat the shit out of.
No, it was Hope Solo.
Oh, Hope Solo. That's who it was. Okay.
Although
same team.
It wouldn't shock me if she did either.
Yeah.
Looks like that Jamila Jamil is also in She-Hulk. She, if you remember, she had some harsh words said about a member of the alphabet community. And then as she was receiving flack for it, she's like, "But I'm one of them." And she came out...
Which letter was she?
Yeah, she was Q.
The one that you just grab if you're trying to be something.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for them to get like the whole alphanumeric sequence, you know?
They've doubled up on letters. They haven't even finished all the letters, and they've doubled up on letters.
Well, I remember being on Facebook back in the day. I took a sabbatical from it leading up to the 2016 election. And I think I've talked about this before. But like I was tired of hearing everyone bitching about Hillary in like 2014 leading into 2015. Like I did not give a shit about hearing. It's like I don't like her either. I just don't want to hear you guys complaining about her all the time. So I pieced out. I came back like a couple weeks, maybe a month after the election, just to see how the dust was settling. I saw one of my exes going off on a whole fucking novel of a post, talking about if Republicans want to reach across the aisle and really show that they care about unity, they need to denounce the anti yada, just like going through a string of and they got to like anti LGBTQIA, and I messaged one of my college buddies. I was like, "Hey, when did the gays get a whole bunch of other letters?" You know, it's like because I remember it being like it was like LGBT when I was in like high school. And then like a couple years after college, it's like QIA plus. I was like, huh?
I remember back when I was in high school, it was just the gays.
Yeah. Like when I was like going to when I was going to like elementary, middle, junior high, it was just you had gays and lesbians. And then by the end of high school, it's like, oh, we got to talk about the bisexuals. I was like, okay. Oh, and they're the trans people, like all right,
I was really, really hoping that Johnny, when he started that, was going to say, I remember back when I was in high school, it was just the puffs.
I'm not that old.
I realize this, but part of me desperately wanted just that.
Just like some 1930s gangster slang or something.
Hey, I use puffs.
And how many times do you have to explain what you mean? or do you only use it when you have enough context clues that somebody's going to puzzle it together?
Well, I've used my best friend as a functional puff a number of times. And by that, I mean that he's bisexual, but he goes mainly for men. So functionally a puff.
I think back to like that Dennis Miller, bit about, greedy motherfuckers. Climb down off the fence and pick a hole. I don't care which one you pick. Just fuck it regularly.
Nice.
Call them what they really are. Commies. I mean...
Not all of them are communists. Just a fuck ton of them.
It's kind of like... this is going to be like the one thing I sound smart about mathematically. I may fuck it up, so I could be counting my chickens. But was it like a square is a rhombus, but a rhombus isn't necessarily a square or something like that? Am I right, Sanguine, or did I fuck it up?
Yes.
All right.
A square is technically a rhombus because a rhombus just needs all of its sides being equal length. So a square is technically a rhombus, but not all rhombuses are squares, since you can have a rhombus that has non-90-degree corners.
Those are the same with rectangles, too.
Yep. Because, for a rhombus, all the sides need to be of equal length, and opposing corners need to be the same angle.
Okay, that's the depth of my math skills for the night. Anyway, a lot of commies are gay, but not all gays are commies, Assassin. Just keep that in mind.
Yes.
That's what I was digging at there. So,
I'm still just waiting to find out how long before there's the incel communist movement and you have people demanding that the means of reproduction are...
We're already there, Sanguine. You missed the boat on that one.
I know that there's the trans people, but
no,
I'm saying...
I'm sure that I swear I've seen somewhere on the internet, the argument being made for government issue girlfriends for people who are so unfortunate looking they can't get laid on their own.
I've heard people advocate for whores for that, effectively. Government issued whoring passes.
Well, would that be more like a subsidy, like a tax rebate or something like that?
It'd be subsidizing the prostitution market. Because it would be... Think, the school credit system that people talk about? Think that, but with whores.
School credit system?
The whore credit system?
Yeah, where you would be getting a school credit that you could spend at any school that you wanted. So you could go to the public school, and then your school credit would go to the public school. Or you could go to a charter school in the area, and that school credit would go to the charter school.
Oh, okay, got you. You're talking about like school vouchers. Whore vouchers instead.
Yep.
I think that's one of the things where I would argue like the Australians got things right. Like you just have some brothels. Yeah.
That's
we got like what?
The Australians. That's a good chunk of the places.
Well, I was pointing them out as an example because we got Cynic in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how often does Cynic tune into like a live stream and hear people talking here lately about like how bad Australia sucks because of like the coof and everything and whatnot. Like, hey man, I appreciate the fact that you guys were sensible enough to legalize whoring. You guys did something good. You did something right.
We could also do
and we recognize that.
We could also do the very, very interesting Japanese method. Which, do you guys know how prostitution works in Japan?
Isn't it like a host type?
I will repeat again, for the umpteenth time. I am not Jack Conqueror. No, I don't know how whoring in Japan works.
The hosts and hostesses, they're entirely different. They aren't whores and gigolos. The way that it works in Japan is that you have soap lands, sometimes known as bubble houses. And with those, you aren't paying for the whoring. You're paying for a bath where someone else washes you. The fact that every single bath ends in you getting fucked by the person that you chose to wash you is just happenstance. But you're only paying for the bath. So they get around it by saying that, yeah, you aren't paying for sex. You're paying for a bath. It just happens that after every bath, you get to fuck.
I see nothing wrong with that line of thinking.
Yeah, it's the Japanese gray zone.
Which is, well, again, like I'm pointing to like the Australians, like just it's a nice little thing to play around with in your head. What if Australia got the prudes and we got the convicts? Like how much different and cooler would this country be?
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know how you guys feel about Quora. The site. I
don't really go to it.
I looked up is prostitution illegal in Japan?
Mm-hmm.
And there's...
Oh, I hope you use like a private browser. Your search history is going to be...
It's already fucked. Like this. I'm already on several lists.
You really better hope that Mrs. Hellcat doesn't tune back into the replay on this.
No,
why are you looking up is prostitution legal in Japan? And why do we have a vacation planned?
No, I already am on a list for proving that NAMBLA exists. So
you don't prove that. You just tell somebody else about it and let them prove it. How long have you been on the internet, Johnny? Come on.
Well, this was before I started on the internet, so it was a rookie mistake.
Oh, so you're like in like a paper file from the before times.
No, this was my introduction. This is pre being introduced to Medicare.
Did you get
times.
invited by like a member like Cartman? Is this? How long ago was this, Johnny? How old were you?
He had to sign up for the newsletters. What he's saying.
Let's see.
Oh man, he's actually thinking, saying this could be a long time ago.
It is quite a while ago.
What was it, before or after Adam Walsh went missing?
Not long after. No.
Oh boy.
This is about.
Well, you see, I just
I'd say-
graduated 8th grade.
I'd say 2010.
That is a good while ago.
Assassin says South Park proved the National Association of Marlon Brando lookalikes is real. Oh.
But yeah, their answer for is prostitution legal in Japan? Technically not.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Because in Japan, it is 100% illegal to pay for sex. If you
Travis
pay for
Gardner.
something else and sex just happens 100% of the time, that's not paying for sex.
Travis says, how did people find out about Namble before the internet? My guess is somebody handed them a flyer, and when they showed up, they either sat down or backed out slowly.
True.
If I had to guess.
Apparently, the Japanese sex industry, according to Wikipedia, earns
Because they're the most reliable source, I'm sure.
2.3 trillion yen a year.
I can believe it.
And what's that equal in like real money?
24 billion.
Yeah, it's
I mean, Bart
About-
Simpson said sex sells.
100 for $1.
So you're saying like I would still be broke in Japan, just not as broke. Okay.
I think it's 100 for $1. Let me quickly double check the yen conversion. Yen to the dollar.
And of course, Terry's not here to witness my utter lack of knowledge about Japanese culture,
And yep, it's a bit
economics, or the sex trade.
It's a bit over 100 yen to the dollar.
Travis, hey, you with the Velcro shoes in the van. Got something for you.
Oh, that's a good one.
I noticed that you can't grow any facial hair. Boy, do I have a club for you.
Are you a mature boy?
Travis sent me a meme. Yes, I support LGBT. Landlords, gamers, billionaires, Thatcher.
Nice.
Hey, you with the socks and Velcro sandals.
Hey, you with the Coke bottles and bold spot.
Hey, you guys. Go back to that one.
Yep.
I just imagine like somebody with like a Hawaiian shirt in like the Midwest. Like, yeah, you're probably up to something.
Or bike shop owner near. Fuck, why did I just blank? Gary, no, not
Coleman.
Coleman.
Yeah, where was Different Strokes supposedly located?
That is a good question. I don't know.
That's one I never actually got around to watching.
Let's see here.
Different Strokes.
Oh, that is not what I was looking for. Okay.
Did you also get a list of the different types of actual strokes?
No, apparently there's a movie from 1998, and like the box art is like some chicks covering their titties and whatnot,
Ah,
like laying in
yeah.
bed with a dude. It's rated X.
I got the page 5 for free different strokes essays. The two main types of strokes are known as ischemic and hemorrhagic strokes.
Well, as someone who probably spelled it right the first time, I actually got the show.
Yes. You're the oldest person on stream, Johnny.
I spelled
Congratulations.
it right, complete with the fucking apostrophe rather than the I.
Well, I didn't use the apostrophe. I just
See, you fucking cheated.
I just spelled it wrong. Like
Yeah.
it's supposed to be.
It's
Oh,
diff,
Manhattan. Okay.
DIFF apostrophe rent strokes. But yeah, for some reason, when I looked up that, which is spelled correctly incorrectly, complete with the apostrophe, the very first result is 123helpme.com different types of strokes.
Travis says there's always that one dude you know who has the worst porn. I used to install home theaters. I know you don't know my porn, sir.
Yeah, it's set in New York.
Yeah, Assassin had it too. It's the Upper East Side of Manhattan, the super rich area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he had typed that in chat while I was actually looking at IMDb trying to find. Arguing with the title and the answers right here in chat. Groan.
Hey, you don't get to control what the fuck we argue about. We can argue about goddamn anything we fucking want.
This is America.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Johnny, I saw you in the thread earlier. Joys of Sorrow was posting bullets. Apparently, he got some bullets in the mail. And my first thought upon seeing him was, the power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. Blam, blam, blam.
Yeah, the the difference between Phelps and Flathead was my go-to on that one. Phillips
When the
and Flathead. We just go silent. Did I just lose stuff?
But it's the Lee High Defense 45 Colt XP.
And am I back?
Mm-hmm.
I hear you.
Okay. I just had everything go silent on me for a bit there, so.
Okay.
And Assassin wants us to argue about the duality of man in the context of Stanley. What exactly?
I said we'll argue about whatever the fuck we want, not that we'll argue about whatever the fuck you want us to argue about.
Well,
There's a
I'm just
goddamn difference, sir.
I'm just trying to figure out like how would that argument be set up exactly? What's the resolution in that argument there? How do we know the pro and the negative and who takes what side?
Yeah, would someone have to be arguing against the duality of man? Because
Or are we arguing in favor of one side or the other in the duality of man? They do not make training rounds. Every round is a combat round and therefore too expensive. Well, if it's too expensive for you, it's damn sure too expensive for me because I'm broke as a joke. So, but it would be fun to be able to go shooting again at some point. Haven't been able to do that in so long.
Mm-hmm.
Man the humanitarian versus Man the killer. I'm pretty sure Man the killer wins that fight, sir. I mean, I don't know if Sanguine disagrees or not, but
In direct conflict, yeah, absolutely. Man, the killer wins.
the duality of cats, Garfield versus Tony the Tiger. Oh, I mean, I guess that all depends on how Tony feels about Mondays,
Well,
huh?
Garfield versus Heathcliff. Everyone knows that's the duality there.
In indirect conflict, and over a long enough time scale, the humanitarian would end up edging out the man killer. But in direct conflict, yeah, man killer wins.
Yeah, not much of a debate there, Assassin. Sorry, or Felix. I never really was big on Felix the cat. The most I'd ever really culturally relevant Felix was for me was like the clocks, you know. I guess not. Okay, never mind.
I'm just taking a bite of my fried rice.
Well, I figured, we stumble upon, feline-related content, Johnny would be, all about it. But no, apparently not.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't give a shit about his kith and kin.
I just knocked it off the counter.
What was that?
We could argue about which is more disturbing. Is it more disturbing in the, Color of Water? I think that's the name of the movie. Where the woman wanted to fuck the fish, or is it more
Shape of Water?
The Shape of Water. Where the woman wanted to fuck the fish, or is it more disturbing in the bee movie when the woman wanted to fuck a bee?
Kind of think it's more disturbing with the bee movie because that was animated too, so like the target demographic is kids. If that's what you're if that's how you're framing it,
I think the animated makes it less creepy than
Rule 34. I rest my case.
Yeah, I still say that that's less creepy than if someone tried to live action that shit.
I don't know, man. I guess
Are you honestly going to argue that someone trying to live action furry porn would make furry porn better than it being drawn?
I've never been to Tijuana, so I can neither confirm nor deny.
That's bestiality, not furry porn, but fair enough.
I mean, you said lady wants to fuck a fish. That's bestiality, not furry porn.
I know, but I'm saying that in the context of you saying that animated makes it worse, I offered that as a counterexample, where I think it being animated actually makes it more tolerable than if it was live action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing more on that one. Sorry.
Yeah.
And triumphantly, he strides off in the distance.
Exactly.
Oh, God, I don't want to think about the twerking red panda.
The what?
In the Seeing Red movie. I think at the end, they have
the climax.
If you want to call it that, that's by all means. But
that's what it's called in cinema terms.
But yeah, the main character starts twerking at some other red panda thing.
Her mother. Mm-hmm. She's twerking at her mother.
Well, that didn't make it awkward.
I see Cocaine Biscuits back in chat. How's it going? They say liver cancer is better than brain cancer.
I would agree.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I guess that depends really. Like, am I getting some good hallucinations out of the brain cancer? Is it at least entertaining or?
Brain cancer, you're just fucked effectively. Liver cancer, there's a chance of survival. And brain cancer immediately starts degrading your cognitive function. I'm curious if this is going to immediately be another, you know what? I don't have an argument against that.
I mean, I really don't. So
yeah. 2 for 2. Fuck yeah.
I'm not really trying to argue either way. It's just if brain cancer is bad, why do so many people use Twitter? I mean, do you not hear where Sanguine said it degrades?
Mm-hmm.
I just found a meme on showed the slap, and it says, "Was this slap planned?" And then it shows the Katanji judge lady. I'm not
Brown Jackson.
I'm not a slapologist.
Nice. And for some reason, I've been seeing more people say incest is wincest rather than I remember it originating with twincest is wincest, which is so much better than just standard.
See, when I see someone say that incest is wincest, I think of like the supernatural fandom and how like a bunch of them wanted to
wanted
put together the brothers. Yeah. It's like they even reference in the shows like when they was I think it's like season 4 or 5 when they meet Chuck and he's writing the supernatural books.
Mm-hmm.
Like they know we're brothers, right? Like yeah, they did. It's like ew.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really don't give a shit about the slab either, Jack. It's just you gotta have something to distract the masses, right?
Also, every time that I think of the incest is wincest, it just reminds me of something that one of my uncles did to fuck with my mother.
I'm sorry, what now?
One of my uncles...
Roll that back. Roll it back right to the beginning.
One of my uncles, in order to just creep out my mother, at one point, when he had a girlfriend and I think she had a boyfriend at the time, just kind of leaned over and whispered in her ear, "Incest is best, so put your sister to the test," and then walked away like nothing happened.
Is that like the uncle that like all the kids are supposed to stay away from at the family reunions, or?
No, that one's just he decided to say something fucked up to my mother and then laugh about it, so he said that.
I mean, I said fucked up shit to my sisters growing up, but it was stuff like, you're actually adopted, your real parents don't love you. Like, I would never, That's a line I would have never thought to have crossed growing up.
No, it was because the conversation right beforehand was something about Alabama, I think.
Now, see, Alabama, they get such a bad rap,
So there was a priming to the context of it. But yeah, it was said just to make my mom go, "What the fuck?" Which, I can respect that. I can respect just saying something to make someone go, "What the fuck?"
A cannibalistic wizard. Roses are red, violets are blue. You said violates. And Pornhub is down, your mom's Facebook will do.
Nice.
I'm so glad that I'm old enough, to be of a generation where like you don't have to worry about your mom being on like OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
The kids growing up today, they're gonna have it pretty bad growing up.
Worst case scenario, you'd be rooting around in the porn stash and you'd realize, oh, there's a video that's unlabeled. Oh my god! And then you'd go celibate for a while. and not be able to look your parents in the eyes.
If not for the rest of your life.
Assassin says, fun fact: there are more recorded cases of incest in Oregon than Alabama.
You say
I have
that as
question-
if that's absolving Alabama.
I mean, I have questions like why are you looking up like the incest stats by state?
Are you trying to figure out where you want to move?
Gray family reunion is going to be held in Oregon, 2023. Save the date. It would explain Portland.
True.
I believe Washington, Oregon, and Florida are the incest capitals of the U.S. You know, in all my time on the internet, I never would have thought to like rank.
Are you now going to look up the incest capitals of the United States? Be honest.
No, because unlike Johnny, I actually care about what people find in my search history when I die.
Are you going to look it up under incognito with a VPN? Be honest.
I don't have an IRL friend close enough by to like delete my hard drive. You know?
Fortunately, Hammer has taught me the.
Yeah, I need like a dead man switch. Hammer, send me a DM.
And Assassin of the Grey with the stat that Cannibalistic just said, I'm not sure why you feel the need to stick it to the leftists. At least in 2 of those 3 states, they're already doing it themselves. But yeah. What the fuck?
So, I don't know, Johnny. How closely have you been keeping track of the Marvel releases? I know you're a bit of a Moon Knight fan. Have you had a chance to watch that?
I have watched the first episode. And
What do you think so far? It's only gonna be like 6 episodes, right? Something like that.
Yeah. So far, it does look pretty good. Like I mentioned in Scribe's thing, because Scribe did a review of the first episode also.
Mm-hmm.
And I pretty much agree with him, with an exception of the overuse of the mirror thing. As he's, navigating his, I guess what you can call his reality,
Mm-hmm.
As he's walking past a mirror, you can kind of see where the other personalities, or personality in this case, is kind of like trying to get his attention.
Mm-hmm.
And it is kind of like, I know it feels like it's too much, but I kind of see it as, the main character, Mark, is trying to get Steven's attention to be like, hey, this is the shit we're in. You need to we need to get this right. And it kind of bugs me because technically Steven is supposed to be a Jew. He is a Jewish.
Did you also just pause for a moment, Camel, to see where he was going with that? Well, he's supposed to be a Jew.
He's supposed to be a Jew.
Well, no, I was actually looking at something else while he was talking about this, because I asked about whether or not he's keeping up with the Marvel releases, because I saw something on Twitter just now. Apparently, Jared Leto is in the Sony release Morbius, which is also like a Spider-Man universe type character.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apparently, he did an interview with a VTuber.
Oh, which one?
I don't know. It's all in Japanese.
I know that Laplace Darkness did an interview with the cast of the Batman.
Fubuki?
Oh, Shiokami Fubuki.
It's an anime character with cat ears. So
White Fox Girl.
okay, yeah, that's the one.
Yep. Yeah, that's Shiokami Fubuki.
But somebody said like, holy shit, Jared Leto got interviewed by a VTuber for Morbius Press, and it's the most uncomfortable he's ever looked. And I was just thinking about like, you guys hear the story about Woody Harrelson doing like an AMA as part of his press for the movie Rampart?
I did not.
Yeah, he didn't seem to understand how an AMA worked. So he was like, "Come on, ask me about Rampart." Like, no, man, ask me anything. We're gonna ask you about, how much weed you smoke, and did your dad shoot JFK? And this is the internet, dude. It's not, it's not Letterman.
Yeah, I know that Hololive has been able to get, like I said, they got Laplace Darkness, who's one of the 6 Gen girls, to interview Pattinson, and I can't remember who the female lead in Batman was, but the female lead for the Batman. Plus Darkness got to interview them, so now Fubuki got to interview him, and I'm not sure what other ones are going to be able to get interviews for, but it's cool for the company, cool for the girls.
Assassin says the Moon Knight show is going to make all the click tick system hosts on TikTok giddy.
The people that
probably.
I'm part of a system.
Oh god, the system people. Fucking nut jobs.
Yeah, like
I have
how many people
members in my system.
How many of those people do you think actually like go out into the wild and try and pull that shit?
I can't remember which podcast it is that I was watching. I want to say it was the Boys Cast, where the hosts were reading through the system's Reddit, and we're just effectively going, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Boys Cast, Ryan Long.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. That's one of those ones where like I'll watch like his edited videos, but yep. I haven't really got around to watching any of his. Is he doing like live streams, or are they just like uploaded podcasts?
I think they're live streams, and then he clips out certain parts of them for easier digestion. But it was him and his co-host just reading through the multiple systems Reddit, and just every now and then stopping and just looking at each other going, what the fuck are we reading? As they're reading about how, like, yeah, so my system is male and he's getting jealous of my boyfriend, and he doesn't want me to sleep with my boyfriend. He wants me all to himself, and I'm not sure how to handle this. And they're just going, what the... So this is a woman with a male imaginary friend who doesn't want her fucking her... What the fuck is wrong with this person?
Well, my guess would be a lot, first of all.
Same here.
But I mean, try and look at it from the imaginary friend's perspective. He's a dude. You're a chick. You got a boyfriend. He doesn't want to get fucked by a dude. Sounds a little homophobic.
Yeah. He's constantly third-wheeling. He's a bit homophobic. He's not open to new experiences.
I mean, just imagine if that person is actually like the one person on TikTok that's not faking it,
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it is. Just...
How can you tell when TikTokers faking the disease? When they're on.
They TikTok. Press play. Yeah.
When they mention
it. On TikTok.
Yep. And yeah, it is just the headmates bullshit back from the good old days of gyms Tumblr deep dives.
I mean,
That's one thing that I really miss. The Medicare deep dives of Tumblr.
well, yeah, he had a you know, like what, Internet Insanity, or you're talking about like before even then.
He had Tumblrisms, which was the name of the Tumblr one. And it was, he would just look up something on Tumblr and he would go deep into what the fuck it was. It was like Mr. Medicare doing a down the rabbit hole.
I remember I remember Irate Price, they like going off about Tumblr one time, and until I told him, I was like, actually, I'm on Tumblr. He's like, what? Like, yeah, there's a lot of porn over there. I'm like, really? Yeah. And then like 2 weeks later, they decided to cut it off.
Yep. That was the only use for Tumblr.
There was a lot of porn.
Yeah, and it had a lot of really quality amateur porn. And then they got rid of it. And then everyone stopped giving a fuck about Tumblr.
I mean, that's part of the reason why I blame Twitter being as bad as it is now. Like, they cut off the porn on Tumblr, so like they all migrated over to Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Because this would have been, when did they cut it off? Was it like 2017? 2018?
Something like that, yeah.
Because I remember, you know, I had
year or two of Trump.
Yeah, I had. I think I just started up, you know, having a Twitter, and I went ahead and was like, what's going on over here on this one? You know, like, oh, titties. I like titties. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said,
Haven't been back to Tumblr since.
They had some really quality amateur porn for the longest period of time, and then they got rid of it, and everyone with any semblance of sense just completely forgot that Tumblr existed as a platform.
Yeah. Again, like Bart Simpson said, sex sells.
Yep. So, any other topics that you guys had? Any stories that are still in the magazine?
Apparently, you guys hear about Madison Cawthorn?
I did not. Who is Madison Cawthorn in general?
Madison Cawthorn is a representative in Congress. I'm trying to remember, is it North Carolina? He's one of the younger Republican members, and he's in a wheelchair.
Okay.
North Carolina.
I was just guessing there. But yeah, apparently he said some things. Apparently he made some kind of allegation about people using cocaine in an orgy. I don't have the full details of it, but apparently, unlike Madison, this story's got some legs.
There's orgies where cocaine isn't used?
I'm assuming that he was there. Maybe there were other members of Congress involved, which is just horrifying to imagine.
And that's cruel, inviting the man who can't feel anything below his waist to an orgy.
But this check mark says, you know, look, I'm just gonna ask what we're all thinking. Why would somebody invite someone in a wheelchair to an orgy? To which Crip Daddy says, "There's a reason why your mom kept telling you vegetables do your body good. You're welcome."
God damn it.
Oh.
God damn it, Donovan. God damn it.
But yeah, it's like I mean, like why would somebody invite someone in a wheelchair to an orgy? It's like, I don't know, you know, maybe they got some pretty good grip strength and a working mouth. Like, use your imagination, Ben.
Let's see here.
Maybe it's that one picture of the insanely cute pillow person. You all know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Actually, I don't. Say that again.
The one picture that floats around every so often of the pillow person that is actually rather attractive. The nugget. Missing arms and legs. Just a torso and ass.
You think I've only seen one nugget on the internet? I mean,
The
I really feel like you're
one,
underestimating me here, Sanguine.
No. There's the attractive one that actually has an ass. And then there's all the others that just look like deformed worms. It's the one female one that image pops up every so often.
Most of the ones that I have seen have all been pretty attractive.
Okay, so there's more. God damn it, cannibalistic whisper. Fuck me.
I mean, for not having any extremities, not bad.
Yeah, there's one that keeps on popping up. It's like the blonde pillow person that actually has a fairly toned body. At least what's there of it. I know that you've all seen the picture.
I probably have.
Oh, wow. This is a really long thread. This person put some thought into why they would not invite cripples to an orgy. 1, 2, 3, 5.
Most of the ones I've seen,
That's like a 14. That's like a 14 tweet thread. My God, man.
Most of the ones I've seen, the video are their videos.
And Assassin of the Grey is claiming that that pillow person is a Photoshop. Okay, if it's a Photoshop, fair enough. I've never looked into it. I haven't looked up nugget porn or any shit like that, so I just go, damn, that's an attractive nugget, and then I move on.
I'd say most of the ones that Poe has shown have all been videos.
Okay.
So, that's my source.
Sure it is. Again, we're going back to, man, if your wife ever looks at your recent history, that's going to be a bad day.
That's why she never touches it. The history.
God damn it, Johnny. You can't just keep on making it this easy. I've been biting my tongue this entire time. And then you say that? Are you fucking kidding me? Is that why you're looking up the nugget porn? Because she never touches it? Fuck me.
Well, that's why I put that little addendum in there.
After a very pregnant pause.
Well,
is
it's
that
not,
also something that you look up?
It is not your fault. It's not my fault that you did not take advantage of that pause.
No, I bit my tongue to try not to take advantage of the pause. But then I just had to go, you know what? Fuck it. No, you've been doing this shit too often tonight.
No, see, a number of times I've actually noticed that I've done it, and I'm like, well, shit, I might as well let that one go.
Yeah, each time that you've done it, I've just been going, no, don't, and I've withheld. But no, that was a step too far, you fucker. Why else do you think his search history is verboten? Nice. Okay, so the picture of the blonde. See, someone knew exactly what picture I was talking about, and they've done more research into it than I have, because Assassin of the Grey knows that the blonde is photoshopped. As I've said, I've seen the image. I never looked into whether it was photoshopped or not, so I will take your word for it that it is in fact photoshopped.
Yep. But I am seeing that we are getting into the 2-hour mark. Well, close to. So we're going to go with parting thoughts. Camel, are you ready?
It's like you don't know me at all, sir.
So, Sanguine, what do you got for us?
So, how much time do you need me to buy for you, Camel?
Say 30 to 60 seconds.
Okay, so not enough time to recite anything long, but
Well, I mean, hey, if you want to go long, go for it, man.
there's one thing that I'll just do a portion of because it is fantastic. The man in the arena, it's not the critic that counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short time and again because he knows there is no effort without error or shortcoming. And I'll leave off there. That enough time for you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And Camel?
I walk around like everything's fine, but deep down, inside my shoe, my sock is sliding off. Good night, everybody.
Nice.
Now we'll go with Carlin quote. And see, there's Valine right there.
Oh, hey, Valine.
Hey, Valine.
Hello and goodbye.
We mentioned you earlier. We were trying to figure out whether the silicon issue was still going on, and we knew that you would know.
Well, Sanguine really want to know, so DM him about it.
Unless you want us to ignore the DM. So, let's see here.
I'm going to forget about that question within 5 minutes of the stream ending, so yeah.
I tend to remember things. That's kind of what I do, and sometimes it's a curse.
I'll go with mine. When you're born, you get a ticket to a freak show. When you're born in America, you get a front row seat.
Nice.
That was George Carlin quote. But on that note, the zoo is closed. Have a good night, all.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.